Good morning, Flat Fam. How you doing? Let us talk about psychology. One of the great misconceptions of the world. While people believe, it's called appeal to authority, in the science of psychology, they forget that psychologists are just as flawed as the rest of us humans or monkeys. They got the same temptations, they got the same education, they got the same bullshit we all got. For instance, you got this insult where you have psychologists saying that you got Dunning-Kreuger effect, where people think they're smarter than their opposition, and where they can show that they are not, the one who wrote, or the two who wrote it, Dunning and Kruger, they suffer it just the same. Everyone suffers it at one point in time, because you do not know what you do not know. And placing it, I don't know what Dunning-Kruger is, I don't give a shit. I never read the paper. I never did the peer review experiments or any research on it. So I won't put that label on someone unless they throw it at me. Well, for instance, Dunning and Kruger, are those globe heads? Can you look back in the books if they were globe heads? Because if they were, they suffer some serious cock-dis. And if you want to do science with a cock-dis mind, well, you're gonna get cock-dis results. It's making apple pie with rotten apples and you expect a fresh apple pie. Not gonna happen. So you got this whole world of people calling flat earthers out with, yeah, you got Dunning-Kruger, or you suffer Dunning-Kruger effect, or whatever. Well, first of all, Dunning-Kruger, however much it has been researched and done, is done by people in cock-dis, because they built their whole world view on logical fallacies, appeal to authority, because they have to build on what their peers established prior, and they do not investigate it. So it's just acceptance of another scientist appeal to authority shit. It's like, we sample 1,000 people in a test, 10,000 people in a test, on a worldwide 7 billion people. That's like a responsible margin, Oh yeah, I'm doing research and I'm in New York. Yeah, and I'm gonna sample some things. Where? with some Eskimos in Alaska, some African tribesmen? Are you gonna sample them? Because they are human just the same, and you're just gonna generalize them because you're not gonna sample them. You don't have the money for it to do it that big. No, you're gonna sample it with city shit people that are all fucking cock this because they love their money so much, and they love their authority so much to keep the streets clean and to pave the roads. You're all a bunch of idiots if you believe all that psychology nonsense. Because those psychologists are just as dumb fucked as anyone else. And if you think that I'm over the top around here, and go to a university and see how university life is, because most of them, they drink alcohol. Alcohol, you know, if you want to drink alcohol, fine. But if you do not understand the influence of alcohol in your reasoning, in your thinking, and how it changes behavior, how it changes your thinking structures, and how it influences your perception on life, you know, they're not level-headed, they're not clear in their mind. They're all intoxicated bullshit artists. You know, you can go out to any psychologist and ask them, or psychiatrist, and ask them, hey, what you have with dinner last night? Wine or beer? Maybe a whiskey? They're all bullshitters. You know, they say they investigate the mind and the social workings of the mind and all that, but they don't, because they can't. They're intoxicated. They're already biased, influencing their own results by their own actions and thoughts and beliefs, and those are the worst, because, you know, everything in there is based on the appeal to authority, because they have to believe their peers, and they do it on a flawed basis. And then you got those psychiatrists that dish out drugs as if they're the best street dealer on the street, and they get pay raises and all that shit because they sell more drugs. And you're gonna trust those fuckers? You know, nothing about the good intentions of them. Because, oh yeah, sure, they have good intentions. You know, I'm not doubting that, but every good intention is just another brick in the wall or the road to hell. Anyway, you gotta think about it, because whenever anyone says Dunning-Kruger to you, ask them what Dunning-Kruger is, because they don't know. Dunning-Kruger is actually the psychologists doing the test, labeling themselves, because they know if you go out and ask them that they don't know.